Today, we are exposing 5 Scotch brands that are absolutely robbing you blind and revealing 5 that are actually worth the money. Number 1 might be the best $45 you spend all year. Number 10. Johnnie Walker Blue Label is what happens when a marketing department achieves total victory over a distillery. That deep blue box with gold accents screams luxury before you even touch the bottle. At $180 to $220, this is the Scotch people buy to display, not to drink. Diageo sells over 1 million cases annually. Not because the whiskey inside is remarkable, but because the presentation makes a statement. The liquid itself tells a different story. Bottled at the legal minimum, 40% ABV, Blue Label is chill filtered and colored for that perfect amber glow. The result is a blend so smooth and neutral it could pass for flavored water in a blind tasting. There is no peat to challenge you, no malt complexity to explore, just inoffensive warmth engineered to disappoint no one and excite even fewer. For the price of 1 Blue Label, you could buy 4 bottles of single malt with actual character and integrity. The biggest scam in Scotch is not bad whiskey. It is convincing people that smoothness is worth $200 a pour. Number 9. Macallan 12. Double Cask is the textbook example of paying for a name rather than the whiskey in your glass. That elegant bottle with its curved shoulders signals premium positioning before you even check the price. At $80 to $100 on most American shelves, sometimes more, Macallan demands luxury money while delivering ordinary satisfaction. The liquid leans on a sherry-driven profile that is pleasant enough: dried fruit, gentle spice, and caramel sweetness. But nothing here justifies the markup. Industry estimates put production costs for a 12-year-old Speyside single malt at roughly $15 to $30 per bottle. The rest is pure brand tax, inflated by years of auction hype and luxury marketing in Asian markets where collectors treat bottles like investment vehicles. Macallan's parent company, Edrington, has mastered the art of turning ordinary releases into status symbols. The whiskey itself is competent. At this price, competent is an insult. You are paying for the aura and the Instagram photo, not for any leap in craftsmanship over bottles costing half as much. Number 8. Dalmore 12 stands out on every shelf it occupies. That deep mahogany color and flashy silver stag mounted on the glass practically beg you to reach for your wallet. At $70 to $85, this Highland single malt positions itself alongside serious whiskey. The packaging delivers. The liquid does not. Here is what Dalmore hopes you never notice. That rich amber hue comes from E150A caramel coloring, not from years in sherry casks. The color is cosmetic, designed to trick your eyes before the whiskey even hits your tongue. Underneath the drama, Dalmore 12 is bottled at just 40% ABV and chill filtered, stripping away texture and body to achieve smoothness at the expense of character. The flavor offers mild fruit and gentle spice, but nothing that lingers or rewards attention. You are buying the stag, the presentation, and the illusion of prestige. The whiskey itself would struggle to justify $40, let alone $80. When packaging becomes the product, drinkers become the marks. Number 7. Glenlivet Founders Reserve launched in 2015 as a replacement for the beloved 12-year expression, and loyal drinkers noticed immediately that something was wrong. The age statement vanished, the price stayed the same. What landed on shelves was a whiskey designed to stretch aging stocks while trading on heritage it no longer earned. Bottled at the bare minimum, 40% alcohol by volume, chill filtered and colored for supermarket consistency. Founders Reserve tastes rushed and unfinished. Sharp pear drop sweetness fights with raw ethanol bite, and the finish disappears before you can blink. Reddit whiskey communities erupted, petitions circulated, American sales reportedly dropped around 20% within the first year. Pernod Ricard eventually brought the 12-year back to some markets, but Founders Reserve never left. At $35 to $45, You are paying classic Glenlivet prices for a no-age statement expression that exists because accountants decided patience was too expensive. This is what happens when a proven single malt gets swapped for a cost-cutting compromise without even offering a discount. Number 6. Chivas Regal 12 sits on every supermarket shelf wrapped in gold lettering and promising sophistication. What you actually get is a blend that is all smooth surface and no real depth. For $30 to $40, Chivas delivers a grainy, metallic profile with barely enough character to stand out behind a mixer. The nose hints at honey and apple. The palate follows with mild sweetness that evaporates before you can decide if you enjoyed it. This is Scotch engineered for people who believe smoothness equals quality, designed by committee to offend no one and inspire even fewer. Chivas built its reputation in mid-century corporate culture, the gentleman's blend you ordered to look refined at business dinners. That positioning still works in airport lounges and hotel bars where nobody questions what is in their glass. But times changed. Modern palates expect complexity, richness, and balance. Chivas 12 delivers none of these. It is the safe choice for people who do not actually like Scotch. Your money deserves a bottle that rewards attention, not one that disappears before the conversation ends. Number 5. Monkey Shoulder entered the Scotch world as the irreverent newcomer ready to challenge the old guard. That triple monkey medallion and rebellious branding signaled something different. A blended malt rather than a traditional blended Scotch, combining single malts from Speyside distilleries into something surprisingly approachable. At $30 to $35, Monkey Shoulder delivers genuine value. The flavor leans toward vanilla, toffee, and subtle spice. Creamy and rounded, it glides across the palate without demanding expertise to enjoy. This is the whiskey that converts skeptics. The bottle you hand to friends who insist they do not like Scotch, then watch their expressions change mid-sip. Monkey Shoulder knows its role and executes perfectly. It performs beautifully in cocktails, standing up to mixers without overwhelming them. Neat, it offers enough malt character to satisfy casual exploration. Some enthusiasts dismiss it as too easy, too simple. That criticism misses the point entirely. Not every bottle needs to challenge you. Some need to welcome you. For gateway Scotch done right, Monkey Shoulder delivers more genuine pleasure than brands charging twice as much for half the personality. Number 4, Glenfiddich 12 is the single malt that introduced millions of Americans to what Scotch could actually taste like. That distinctive triangular bottle and stag logo have represented approachable quality since William Grant founded the distillery in 1887. Over a century later, family ownership still shapes every decision. The nose opens with crisp green apple, fresh pear, and a touch of honey. The palate balances malt sweetness with gentle oak and soft vanilla. There is no peat aggression, no overwhelming complexity, just a steady wave of Speyside charm that rewards both newcomers and veterans. At $35 to $45, Glenfiddich 12 occupies the sweet spot where quality meets accessibility. Critics sometimes call it too safe. That consistency is precisely why it became the world's most awarded single malt. This is the Scotch you gift to colleagues, order at weddings, or pour on quiet evenings without second-guessing yourself. Glenfiddich 12 understands its role and never overreaches. It delivers reliable sophistication at an honest price. When a distillery has been perfecting the same expression for over a century, you are not paying for trends. You are paying for trust that was earned bottle by bottle. Number 3. Loch Lomond 12 is what happens when a distillery decides to outthink the competition rather than outspend them. While famous names dump millions into marketing campaigns, this Highland producer invested in something better: unique copper stills with straight necks that create flavor profiles no other distillery can replicate. At $35 to $45, Loch Lomond 12 delivers what premium bottles promise but often fail to provide. Bottled at 46% ABV, Non-chill, filtered, and natural in color, this whiskey is built for drinkers, not for gift boxes. The flavor jumps out immediately. Orchard, fruit, and honey lead into gentle peat smoke, just enough to keep things interesting without overwhelming the palate. In 2019, Loch Lomond 12 took home gold at the International Wine and Spirit Competition, beating bottles costing twice as much. Yet it still sits quietly on lower shelves while flashier names command premium real estate. That obscurity is your advantage. You are not paying for advertising budgets or celebrity endorsements. You are paying for honest craftsmanship from a distillery confident enough to let the liquid speak for itself. When value matters more than vanity, this is where smart money goes. Number 2. Lagavulin 16 is the Islay icon that separates casual sippers from true believers. This is the bottle that launched 1,000 whiskey obsessions and earned a permanent place in American pop culture when Ron Swanson made it his drink of choice on Parks and Recreation. But Lagavulin's cult following started decades before television discovered it. At $75 to $95, this is not cheap Scotch. But unlike the overpriced pretenders higher on this list, every dollar translates directly into what lands in your glass. The first sip hits with deep, smoky intensity, like walking into a campfire after rain. Then comes the complexity. Powerful peat, dried seaweed, charred oak, and just enough dried cherry sweetness to balance the smoke without softening it. Founded in 1816 on the southern coast of Islay, Lagavulin has spent over 2 centuries perfecting maritime whiskey that tastes like the Scottish coastline itself. This is not an everyday dram, it is a ritual. It demands your attention, rewards your patience, and lingers long after the glass is empty. For serious Scotch drinkers, Lagavulin 16 is sacred. A masterclass in smoke and depth that proves premium pricing can be honest when the liquid justifies the cost. When people talk about liquid smoke, this is what they mean. Number 1. Arran 10-year-old is the bottle that rewrites everything you thought you knew about value in Scotch. When Isle of Arran Distillery opened in 1995, the established whiskey world dismissed it as too new, too ambitious, and too far from traditional powerhouses. They built their reputation anyway, one uncompromising bottle at a time. From the very beginning, Arran refused shortcuts. Every expression is bottled at 46% ABV, left completely natural in color, and never subjected to chill filtration. The result is single malt that explodes with honest flavor. Bright lemon zest, creamy vanilla, and a toasty malt biscuit backbone create a whiskey that tastes like fresh Highland air and pure water rather than a committee meeting about market trends. The accreditations followed the quality. Arran 10 has earned over 50 gold medals at international competitions, including a 95-point score at the Ultimate Spirits Challenge. Those are not participation trophies. Those are trained palates confirming what every bottle already proves. This whiskey competes with expressions twice its price and often wins. At $45 to $55, you are getting a single malt that is vibrant, modern, and full of character. No caramel coloring to fake maturity. No celebrity endorsements to manufacture credibility. Just real whiskey made with integrity that drinks like a celebration every time you pour it. If you ever find yourself reaching for a $90 bottle with a fancy stag or a blue velvet box, ask yourself one question. Does it deliver more than Arran 10? The answer is almost always no. This is the new benchmark for what entry-level single malt can be. Skip the status symbols and buy the bottle that delivers pure flavor, honest specifications, and genuine craftsmanship in every pour.